and we're headed to our first Grand National Rally.
Ooh, it's a badass. I'm just glad we're not here at night. Do this.
Oh, look at that.
Wow, that was an eye-opener. You've taken us to some pretty amazing places, Kevin McCabe, but I have to admit, driving the middle of cornfields makes my soul happy.
We are west of the Mississippi River, and we are east of the Missouri River in the land between the two rivers, and that's what they call Iowa. The ride was great. We came through Cedar Rapids, through Waterloo, up into North Iowa, and then through the cornfields.
I think everyone should know where their food comes from.
Yeah.
You know that food is such a big part, and why we started RVing really in the beginning was so we could control what we were eating. Everybody should see where their food comes from. It just doesn't come out of a can. This is where the farmers are working every single day. They don't get a paid vacation. They don't get a day off. Cows don't care if you're sick. This is America's heartland.
After taking you through the cornfields, I wanted to show you this small Midwestern town. This is home to one of the most iconic RV brands in the industry.
This town has been here since the late 1800s. You know I love all the historic architecture. Over half of the residents here in this town work for the company.
This is Winnebago County, home to Winnebago RVs, and we're headed to our first Grand National Rally.
The company's been around since 1958. This is Grand National Rally number 52, our first, and I can't wait. Loved driving through Forest City downtown, that small little town. It was wonderful. And then turning the corner, it was almost like the Winnebago facility sprouted out of the cornfields. And we turn in, we get greeted by the golf cart who takes us to our camp spot.
We had no idea really what to expect. This is our first rally, the GNR they call it, the Grand National Rally. There's over 800 RVs here. It is a fun time to meet people that all own Winnebagos. Once we got here, we met John Millis, and he's the product manager for the Class A series here of Winnebago, and he got to take us through what he designed, and boy, is it a special RV.
Everything about the Vista is new for this model year. So interior styling, exterior styling, and then this 33K floor plan. This is a new interior color from stem to stern, basically, all new design as far as the cabinets, the furniture, everything is new. We hadn't had a bath and a half in the Vista and the Sunstar for about 5 years. It was time. That's the way we do it. We collect those ideas, we talk to our customers. It's not ever perfect the first time, right? But we feel when we get done, we go to production, we have a great product ready to sell into the marketplace, and our owners are going to be very happy with. What drew me to this company was the people. In our industry, this is a special place. I've been here 10 years, but I knew that way before I joined Winnebago because it's the people.
Since we're representing in a brand new model, we really had to clean this up and make her shine. We took time once we got here, and I'm so thankful that we had all of our Brite products to really make it clean. I'm excited about pulling our rad bikes out and touring around this place and getting to meet all the other owners. A lot of these people have been coming to the Grand National Rally for at least 10 years. There's some people here that have been here for 30+ years every year. It's our first, we're newbies, and I'm already feeling the energy.
We woke up on day 2 at the rally. We headed over to the visitor center to meet Dwayne, our tour guide for the Winnebago factory tour.
This is kind of where all the magic comes together, if you will. We've got all of these facilities out and about where we manufacture all the parts and pieces that go into this. And here's where it starts to really come together and take shape, and it starts to look like a motorhome.
This is just the Class A.
This is just the Class A line. We run a mixed model, so we may see a Vista here or a Sunstar, and then further down the line we have some of our commercial vehicles, which is just a shell. And then on the other side we have Class C line. Same thing there, we run a mixed model production. You're gonna see Views and Navions there today. Notice something here, the yellow in the floor. We're actually on an assembly line. These vehicles move through the factory pulled by a chain, and it will pull these through typically 6 to 8 inches an hour. Everything we do has to come together at the right time, at the right place for this to turn into a motorhome.
And tell me about some of the details. I mean, from the stitching to the hatches.
Yeah, so we manufacture all of our own doors. Here's a great example of a fresh water tank. You're gonna see that manufactured later. It's in here, but it was designed for this motorhome, for this floor plan. So we manufacture that tank. We'll have the parts years down the road if we need to. We have the mold, we can actually remake that for somebody 15, 20 years down the road. We don't rely on component suppliers to build the things that we need. It allows us to design a nicer motorhome. The user experience is far better in a Winnebago than anything else out there.
It's just, there's so much going on.
It's really hard to get a perspective on a camera. It's 8 football fields long in here.
It's a perfectly choreographed symphony of parts.
The highlight of our tour was meeting Hugh Bauer, the president of Winnebago Outdoors. What a fascinating guy, really interesting to listen to what he had going.
We're more vertically integrated than almost any other manufacturer there, where we have rotocast capability, we have Stitchcraft's capability, we have plastics capability, we have metals capability. We own every aspect of the manufacturing chain. You can hear the action and energy around us, right? There's bells going off, there's motorhomes moving, there's people trying to move up and down. This is the energy that's here every day, and we're really proud about it.
When we talk about made in America, I'm just amazed that all of this is made right here in Forest City.
Made right here in Forest City.
There's a lot that's changing in the RV industry, and it seems that Hugh certainly has his thumb on the pulse of that.
We're also reinventing, or recharging, I should say, the brand to make sure that the brand appeals to a contemporary audience, that it's modern, that appeals to a more youthful demographic that we've seen come into the RV industry over the last 2 or 3 years.
The sense of belonging, we're trying to create a little bit more of that as we manufacture and design new things inside the motorhome. So just the little branding things that kind of go a long way to say you're part of the Winnebago family.
Our little towel holder in the half bath was a very nice touch.
Yeah.
It was really fascinating to hear him talk. His energy was contagious, his passion for the product, his love for the staff. I truly can't wait to see what he does for this great company.
The best brands in the world, right, they have emotional connections to people. Whether you're an employee, or you're a customer, or you're a wannabe. When you see that flying W, it sparks something inside you, and you say, you know what, I want that brand to be part of my identity. That says something about who I am if I'm an owner, if I'm an employee, and we're really proud of that fact.
Wow, that was an eye-opener.
It was great. I loved it.
How cool was all of that, and all those people?
Day 3 arrived, we had something completely different planned. We jumped in the tow vehicle, grabbed our bikes, and headed over to Pilot Knob State Park.
You know, I love to go exploring, especially state parks. And we got to meet Ranger Michael, who told us about Pilot Knob.
My favorite part about being at Pilot Knob is probably just the park itself. I love the natural element of the park. It's a pretty undeveloped park. It's kind of like just being in an isolated little island of timber in the middle of agricultural North Iowa. The park has about 9 miles of soft trail and then about 2.5 miles of road that can be also used for hiking. The campground is a 60-site campground, 48 electric sites, 12 non-electric sites. The lake it's a pretty small lake, just a few acres in size, but it has largemouth bass, bluegill, channel catfish for fishing opportunity.
And he told us there was fish, largemouth bass, waiting for us. So I grabbed the fishing rods and out the dock we went to make some casts.
I was really focusing because I wanted to be the first to catch a fish. I didn't catch anything.
Oh.
Ooh! Ooh! It's a bass.
McCabe catches a bass, his first bass of his life.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
We were just throwing the lines out. I didn't think I was going to catch anything. We are catching fish out here at Pilot Knob State Park in Iowa.
We just got our license. Can I touch him?
Yeah, go ahead, grab his lip.
I was very proud of you, slightly jealous. Look at that beautiful little guy. That's a wide-mouthed bass.
Woo! I
Come
love
on,
it.
you want me to release
You
him?
release him, come on.
Yeah, baby. Right on. I want one now. After that, it was nice. We put the fishing rods away and we got to take the rest of the tour of the park.
We unfolded our rad bikes from our tow vehicle and Patrice got dirty.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be a good day though when she gets dirty. Look at this entrance.
Yeah, this is impressive.
Wow, look at the canopy. So there's an observation tower in here that we're going to go check out, and it looks really neat. Wonder what happened to Dead Man's
Oh
Lake.
no, supposedly there's a legend of Dead Man's Lake. I'm just glad we're not here at night.
We made our way through the canopy, riding our bikes. It was a really green and lush park, up and down the hills. It was a really fun ride all the way to the observation tower.
Get to do a little hiking.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Oh yeah.
Wow, look at that hike up there.
Oh, I can't wait. Let's do this.
We got off the bikes and headed up the short quarter-mile hike up to the observation tower. We were still in the canopy. It was a steep hike, but we knew the payoff was going to be big. Oh, look at that.
Didn't Ranger Michael say that it was made of all the stuff that they found here in the park?
The name Pilot Knob comes from the geographic feature that's kind of in the middle of the park, a large cairn or a glacial fallout. The tower was constructed by the Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC, back in 1934.
This reminds me of last year at the Grand Canyon at Desert View Tower, Watchtower.
Sure does. Mary Jane Coulter's work.
But it's Iowa's version, huh?
It looked like it belonged there. It looked like it grew out of that glacier mound. It was wonderful.
So we made our way up to the observation tower, and then we had to climb the stairs. And it was quite a bit of stairs all the way up to the top. We get to the top, and wow, what a view of northern Iowa. It's been a great break from the GNR. I mean, it's only 10 minutes away from the Winnebago campgrounds.
And you caught a bass today. I must say, I'm very proud of you, but I'm a little jealous. Sue, this trail was super easy. Anybody can do this, really. It's accessible.
All trails lead to the Watchtower.
Yeah. Every day we've learned something new about Iowa and what they've got here, and I'm impressed.
Our final day here at the Winnebago Grand National Rally, we headed over to the Visitor Center to check out the museum, which is about the history of Winnebago and the future.
We got to meet a couple of the guys that were on the creative team, the advanced technology group at Winnebago that came up with the ERV.
So I'm the director of our Advanced Technology Group, which is an enterprise group for Winnebago Industries. So we work with not only Winnebago Motorized, but we work with all the other brands of Winnebago Industries. The project started back in 2019, based a lot off of our work that we had done in specialty vehicles, and we wanted to take that next step into the RV space. Everybody is starting to make that migration toward electrification, and we'll start seeing that in more applications that we can build RVs on. We've got 4 pillars that we focus on. One is electrification, data connectivity, materials, and autonomy. And there's a little bit of each wrapped up into this project. So after doing some testing here locally at Forest City, Iowa, we took it out to Washington, D.C. for a legislative event in June. And then we decided to bring the RV back to home base by driving it the entire way. We wanted to, number one, prove that the vehicle is capable of making the entire trip. Number two, we wanted to prove out the infrastructure availability.
The Winnebago ERV is only a concept right now. What a fascinating vehicle. I can't wait for it to hit the market in a couple years. Jamie gave us an overview of the entire project, and Nick took us inside and showed us all the details.
So this is our all-electric RV. We've been working on it for quite a few years, but really the purpose of it was to understand the overlap of the electrification trend and how it intersects with the RVing customer RVing trend and looking towards the future. So when you look at the entire electric vehicle equation, energy is so precious. And so whether that's energy to actually move the vehicle forward, anything we can do there for some additional gains, whether that's reducing the weight or improving aerodynamics or little things like that, or being more efficient with the energy that we have for cooling the vehicle, running appliances, things like that. This vehicle has 2 large lithium batteries underneath. They're tied together, so we've got 86 kilowatt hours of energy. The main focus of that energy is to move the vehicle forward, but we do also run our air conditioner, our water heater, and our inverter off of it. Now there's also another job of that battery, and that's to charge the 12-volt battery that is also part of this system. And that's how we run our vent fans, our lights, refrigerator, a lot of the traditional RV appliances. But at the end of the day, all of the energy is coming from that main large set of batteries. When we started the project, we wanted to be very mindful of not eroding the existing experience at all. So this has a shower, a toilet, water tanks, a fridge, a sink, induction cooktop, microwave. You've got everything that you're typically used to in a traditional RV. Now, the part of the equation that people sometimes tend to overlook is essentially every campground is also a charging network. Now, granted, it'll take a little bit longer to charge there, but you can plug into a 50 amp to a 30 amp and you'll charge overnight.
One of the things that I guess I get concerned about with an electric vehicle is where you're going to plug in. It was very cool to know that you could go and camp and plug in at any traditional RV camp.
The beauty is the campgrounds are already set up for that, because when you're plugged in and charging in this, you're using just as much, if not a little less energy than a Class A running all of the air conditioners. So with Winnebago Industries, we always kind of like to be in front of everything, or at least see what's coming so we can be ready when the time comes.
It's electric camping. I think it would be something that we should try. I think we would like it. We love being outside when we camp. The smaller space is not scary because they've thought of every way to use your storage. It's an economy of space. I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hotel California.
This was our first Winnebago Grand National Rally, and I really enjoyed everything this week. What was your favorite part?
Oh, anytime I can drive through cornfields in the country, you know that I'm happy. But really coming to the Winnebago factory and seeing where our RV is made and meeting the people and all the other owners, this was really a treat. I learned a lot this week.
I'm not sure what my favorite part was because it was all a lot of fun. I really enjoyed heading out to Pilot Knob State Park. It's a small state park here in northern Iowa, but I tell you what, it's a really cool geological place.
Tonight, the concert and the celebration, they really do treat you like family, and I feel like we belong.